who lives in an upside-down pineapple under the sea. Captain Billy. Na, 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 na. Captain Billy, Captain Billy, Captain Billy, Captain Billy, Captain Billy J. Da, na, 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 na. Hello, everyone. Captain Billy J here. Welcome to Billy J Travels live on the bridge of the USS Minnow 2? SS Minnow? I don't know what I'm on. The captain is on lots of ships, and I can't keep track of what ship I'm on. I mean, I'll do ferry boats. I captain ferry boats in Disney World, and I captain all kinds of ships all over the world. So even in space, I do spaceships too. So you never know where the captain will be, but wherever the captain is needed, that is where the captain will be. So, anyways, welcome to Billy J Travels. Welcome to Saturday Night Live. It is Saturday night, evening, kicking off the live shows here for the cruising community. So I kick off the Saturday nights, and then followed up the next hour is the Traveling Gilberts. Meg dropped in the Traveling Gilberts live link earlier in the chat. Again, if you're in the chat before the show, come on in. We're just talking a little bit about how everyone's days was today, and yeah. And then after the Traveling Gilberts will be, and then on the Traveling Gilberts tonight, they have some guests tonight. They have Peg, Artie and Peg. I'm thinking Pam, I'm thinking Betsy Pam. Yeah, but Peg and Artie are going to be a guest, and also Midlife Crazy, Brad and Kimberly will be guests because why they're going on a cruise all together. I believe on the Carnival Glory coming up soon. So they're going to be guests on there tonight. And then again, Adventures Ahead will be on after them. So check out Adventures Ahead. Interesting thumbnail. They were both wearing masks and it said quarantine. So we'll have to see if that's clickbait or what's going on with Josh and Michelle over there at Adventures Ahead. But check them out. Sometimes Anthony Simone does live. I'm not sure if he's doing a live tonight, but those are live shows. I believe Griswold Family Vacay is not live. They are traveling. They're heading over to Southwest because they're going to Arizona and over to Vegas. So exciting times for that. But thank you guys for coming in so far. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you haven't yet. Would appreciate it very much. Captain would appreciate it. Let's take a look in the chat. First, tonight we're going to talk about worst places that you've stayed at on vacation. That is the topic I came up with this morning because I couldn't think of one. What to talk about? I almost did not have a live show tonight because I didn't know exactly what to talk about. But I came up with this topic, and I have a couple of ones of mine, and I hope you guys will share a couple of the worst places that you stayed at on vacation. So let me know. But let's take a look in the chat, see who's in the chat. Very first person in the chat was before that, and I don't have his first comment, but Cruising on the High Seas, Rob is in here. Welcome aboard, Rob. I don't know if you're in here now, but you were in here earlier today, so I missed the first comment, though. But then right after Rob, a little bit later today, was my first mate, Meg. Welcome aboard, Meg. She's reporting for duty, as she should be. And she's ready for an awesome show on Not Awesome Places. So, yes, that will be an awesome show on Not Awesome Places. That is for sure. There's that link for the Traveling Gilberts live coming up at the top of the hour. And then I came in the chat and we were talking to each other. I told her to get me galley and mix some pizza because check out Meg's. Meg, you can drop in your channel and your link to your video if you want. Meg posted a video making homemade pizza, and it was pretty good. She said it was yummy on the video, so hopefully it was yummy. So homemade pizza is good. I would have probably changed the toppings myself, but again, everybody likes their own toppings, so look good to go. I would try it for sure. And then she also said, I wonder if the worst place to stay on vacation is home. Yeah, a staycation. Yeah, probably could be worse. They've got like kids running around and all kinds of stuff, and yeah, definitely can understand that. Then we have my other moderator. Then Meg is a moderator, of course. But my first moderator is Anthony Simone. Welcome aboard, Anthony. Good to have you in here. Let's go through the chat. We're talking about our day, going back and forth between each other. Meg was productive. Anthony was at home, and I was at home most of the day. I went to Walmart. So that was my day. And then Meg's dropping a video for the Raid Parade. So speaking of the Raid Parade, that is on every Friday. So we just had one yesterday, the Raid Parade, and the captain did a little different vlog than he normally does. I don't have any cruising content to put out, but I've been putting out Disney World vlogs. So I just put out my first Disney World vlog because I love Disney. The captain loves Disney. He captains the ferry boats there at Disney. So of course, captain goes to Disney. And so I posted my first vlog yesterday, and I have 4 more coming up, and it'll be every Friday in the Raid Parade. So check out the Raid Parade. If anybody needs like a link to the schedule and stuff like that, you can get a hold of me or get a hold of Meg. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. And it was a long Raid Parade. We had a lot of people in there yesterday. So, but that's good. That's good. The Raid Parade is growing, and it's awesome to have that going on. Next, we have Paul Vines. Welcome aboard, Paul Vines. Driving across a swamp and listening to you seems fitting. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's right. Drive safely, Paul. Seems fitting. That's right, Paul. Thanks for coming in. And then let's see. And then about almost showtime. I gotta get her headphones, or I told her not to make sure it's not earmuffs. Then we have Just Kaya's in here. Just Kaya, welcome aboard. Just Kaya. We're just getting close to 1,000 subscribers. Kaya, feel free to drop in what your count is, and then Maya can drop in Kaya's link if she can, and then maybe we can get. We reached the milestone last live. We got SCT Adventures to 1,000 subscribers. So that was awesome. So if you guys missed it, that was an awesome time seeing someone get up to the 1,000 subscriber mark live on the show. So that was pretty awesome, pretty cool. But I know Just Kaya's getting closer too. And then we have Kelly and Tammy's Journey is in here. Kelly, welcome aboard. Kelly and Tammy, for there. But good to have you in here. Then we have Josh from Moonlight Adventures. Welcome aboard, Josh. Good to have you in here. He went live yesterday. Check out his live show. If you missed it, or you can check out his live show tomorrow, where the grandma is on there talking about genealogy. So that'll be interesting. My dad would like that. My dad loves genealogy, so that's pretty cool. Everybody says hello to each other. Meg says, hola, hola, Captain lives in a pineapple under the sea. Yes. Tried something different. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Awesome. Good to have you guys going back and forth. There goes my chat jumping. Ooh, it jumped quite a bit. Okay, I'm going to go back. Okay. We have Bill from MGM Family Travel. Welcome aboard, Bill. Good to have you in here. Then we have Janice is in here. Welcome aboard, Janice. This is Hi, Bill J, and everyone. Hello, Janice. Let's go into the chat. Everyone's saying, we got Najuma Brown's in here. Welcome aboard, Najuma. Good to have you in here. Meg did drop her link in for her pizza video, and it's her YouTube channel. It says youtube.com, and then it's a /C/ and then Megs and Cheese. That is her custom URL, so that's an awesome custom URL. Thank you, Meg, for dropping that for yourself. All right. Just Kaya enjoyed my Disney vlog. Well, thank you, Kaya. I think it was probably maybe the worst one out of the 5 that I have. The next ones are not me talking in the beginning. It's just pictures and video. And I have a couple of ride-throughs coming up, too. So you have to check out those vlogs, again, every Friday afternoon in the Raid Parade. Nick says it was super long, almost 3 hours. Yes, it was long. And then you have the Afterlive party with Robert after that. And, yeah, it makes for a long time, especially when you're trying to work. So I'm usually working and trying to do that. So it's kind of hard to do both. But Lucy's out with friends, so I'm unsupervised tonight. Uh-oh, that is trouble, Bill. That is trouble. Yeah, well, I hope you survive the night, Bill. I hope you survive. Josh says, eating a great dinner. Oh, awesome. That's good. I saw a little bit of the live show last night. I finished up dinner with neighbors, so I came in a little bit, and I got to see, or let's hear Grandma a little bit. So Grandma was drinking some wine last night, so that's good. Thank you, Meg, dropping a link for Just Kaya TV. Oh, she's at 9:55. Yeah, so she's getting up there, getting closer up there. So if you haven't subscribed to Just Kaya TV, check her out. Again, she puts out great cruise videos and all kinds of different videos. Check her out, definitely. Some good things to watch over there. Hey, Grandma makes sense. Jenna says, "Cool, Bill. The dog is your supervisor." Yeah, Bill's dog is the supervisor today. Meg got the link for Moonlight Adventures. That's Josh and Chastity over there, and Grandma right now. Is the pineapple upside down, Meg? It should be. It always should be. I am unsure it was not in the song. Yes, pineapple is always upside down. That is what the captain believes. That's what happens on the captain's ship, is always upside down pineapples. All right, I'm at the bottom chat, so thank you guys for coming into the chat so far. Appreciate it. Kaya says, "Thanks, Travelers, for the support." You're welcome. Try to get you up there. Excellent. All right, so a little bit of news. I got my Facebook back. So if you missed the last live show, I was talking about that I could not get into Facebook. My Facebook, I thought it was two-factor authentication. And I couldn't get in, and this didn't work. But then Meg said, "Oh, your Instagram has been hacked on Billy J Travels." And I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know that." So I got into Billy J Travels Instagram because I checked it for a little bit. And then, yeah, it was definitely hacked. So I had to go on there, change the password. I had to change basically all my Gmail stuff. Anyways, and then I found out that my Twitter got hacked on Billy J Travels. They tried to hack my Facebook, and that's why the two-factor authentication came up. And for some reason, I was getting a code. Anyways, so someone was trying to hack my Facebook. And so I had to change all my passwords. I finally got Facebook to accept who I was because my legal name is William, but my personal Facebook, I go by Bill. And some reason they don't realize that Bill is a common nickname for William. So I had to straighten that all out. Finally got that straightened out, got access to Facebook. And so, yeah, so I'm happy that I got access to Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter is back. Come to find out that I got some virus on my computer, malware, and I thought that my virus information had been updated. Well, it was not. And somehow that snuck through, and I got the malware on it, and they stole my information that way and were able to hack my account. So that's how I got in. So I have updated my virus protection. So public service announcement, update your virus protection if you haven't already. So, but yeah, so that's good news. I got back on the Facebook. Oh, also, last live I mentioned I couldn't find my brain. I lost my brain, and I don't see SCT Adventures in here yet, but I did find my brain. So I did find my brain on a podium. Anyways, found my brain. So it had fallen down. I put a big dent in the floor too because it's heavy. But I did find the brain, so all is good there. Meg says, "Woohoo! Didn't know you had to." Yes. So yes, I have a Twitter. Billy J Travel. I don't put I don't do a whole lot on Instagram or Twitter. If I'm going on a cruise, I will post a couple pictures from my cruise on Instagram. Mostly for Twitter and Instagram, I just put the thumbnail of my live show or video or something interesting. I'll post that on there. So I don't use that very much. The main action is the Billy J Travels Facebook group and Facebook page. So check those out definitely. But again, I don't post a whole lot. I should probably put more stuff out there, but the captain is busy, full-time job and all kinds of stuff. But and editing vlogs and all kinds of stuff. So, anyways, just kind of said, "Glad you found a brain." Yes, I found my brain. Happy you found it. Excellent. Good. All right. So that's our update on the captain. But let's go ahead and talk about tonight's topic, which is the worst places you stayed at on vacation. So feel free in the chat to drop in any places that you stayed at on vacation that were horrible. Were they like sketchy? Were they scary? Were they disgusting? Feel free. Definitely, the more people that chime in, the better conversation we can have in regards to that. But I'll start off with one of mine. I actually have a couple. Well, I have 3, but I'll talk about 2, and if you need more, I'll talk about my third one. Now, you've probably heard this one already if you watch my vlogs, especially my Royal Caribbean vlogs. So those were the first cruise vlogs that I put out. And that was back in November and October last year. And the vlogs started coming out, I believe, in November. For this place, I stayed over at Cocoa, Florida, which is not too far away from the Port Canaveral. The captain is frugal. If you know the captain is frugal. Especially check out my one live on frugalness. That I try to find cheap hotel deals. And usually if you use Hotwire or Priceline. Sometimes if you use Hotwire, they have the Hotwire, I can't remember what it's called, but the hot thing where it doesn't tell you where you're staying at. It gives you like a price, and it said it could be this hotel, it could be that hotel. It doesn't tell you exactly what hotel you get until you hit purchase, and then you're stuck with that hotel, whatever it is. So the captain did pick a hotel that way for this cruise. And so let me go ahead and I'll show you where I stayed at. All right, so this looks a nice hotel. This is America's Best Value Inn in Cocoa, Florida. I mean, it looks nice. I mean, this is, of course, a photo from the hotel itself. So, of course, you're going to put out great pictures of the hotel. So the next one, again, nice looking motel. It's got a nice little pool area. Looks really nice. I mean, looks like it's been well painted, maintained up here. I mean, it looks pretty good. I mean, definitely. But I don't know when these photos were taken. They must have been taken before, maybe a couple of years before that I stayed there. But this is actually what it looks like as of last year. So they changed the paint color to an awful orange where the doors and like a yellow peas color if you're dehydrated. So they changed it to that yucky color. So that's Max at top. All right. So anyways, that's Daisy. So I have a video that I'd like to show for this. And it's from my vlog on the Royal Caribbean. So if you see my vlog, you've already seen this video, but it's a short little video talking about a couple of problems that I ran into in this hotel. And I'll let the video explain itself. But first, let me get caught up in the chat before you guys go too far. And I'll go over your. Well, let's go ahead and I'll just run the video and I'll catch up in the chat. It's cruise day. So I just woke up here at America's Best Value Inn. Yeah, not the greatest place, but anyways, so had a good night. I had some interesting stories here in Cocoa, Florida. That's where I'm at. Yesterday I drove 7 hours from Pensacola down here to Cocoa, Florida, and then I went to go check into the room, and the girl was having problems with the room keys, trying to get them to scan so I could get into the room, but she's having problems. So she said that so I was going to plan on going to Walgreens, and so I said I could just come back after I get back from Walgreens and see if you got it ready. She said okay. So then I went to the car, and then she, as soon as I was about ready to leave, she came running out and saying, "Hey, I got it done." So I got my room keys. So anyways, so then I went to Walgreens, and I walked up to the front door of Walgreens, and it was locked. This was at like 6:30 last night, and they're open till like 10 o'clock. And I'm like, why are they closed? And there were 2 workers right there up front, and they didn't want to open the door. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? So anyways, one of them came to the front door, unlocked it, and said they were on lockdown, because there was a shootout across the street. I'm like, oh, okay. So they're temporarily locked down. So I'm like, oh, okay. I guess I'll go somewhere else. So, which explains the reason that there was a cop that had drove by earlier and it was flashing its lights off and on. I'm like, yeah, now I know what it is. So yeah, this was a shootout. So that's lovely. Anyway, so then I went to Target afterwards, which is kind of ironic. Shootout and then going to Target. But anyway, Target was fine. Yeah, and then this morning at 8:30, I was already awake, but there was a knock at the door. And I'm like, who would be knocking at this time? So I looked through the peephole, and there was this random guy there. And I said, and the guy said, no, this is the right room. I need to get in there and get something that someone left there a few days ago. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what this is about. So I said, well, I'm not gonna let you in, dude, unless you bring a maintenance guy or a manager or something. So the guy said, okay, and then he left. And I thought that was over with because I hadn't seen him for like 15 days. Or not 15 days, 15 minutes. I hadn't seen him for like 15 minutes. And I'm like, so in the meantime, I did check to make sure there wasn't anything left, and I didn't see anything at all. And then guy was knocking on the door again 15 minutes later. It was the guy, and there was a maintenance guy with him. And I knew that there was a maintenance guy. So I went ahead and I let the maintenance guy in, and he said he needed to lift one of the beds. I'm like, okay. So he came in, lifted up the bed, and underneath the bed was a clear, like, plastic trash bag full of clothes that, like, you would see like a homeless person carrying around. I'm like, oh, they actually did leave something in the room. So the maintenance guy apologized for disturbing me, and he also apologized for the other random guy also apologized for disturbing me as well. So yeah, that's another interesting story here in Cocoa, Florida. Well, two interesting stories in Cocoa, Florida. So all right, so that was my video clip from my vlog on my Royal Caribbean Allure of the Seas, where I stayed at Cocoa, Florida at America's Best Value Inn. And yeah, two crazy stories. First, a shootout down the road from where I was staying at. And yeah, some guy wanting to get underneath my bed to get a clear plastic bag of, it was like mostly clothes, but it could have been other stuff in there. Yeah, it was really sketchy. So the captain does not recommend staying at America's Best Value Inn in Cocoa, Florida. Captain will never stay there again. Yeah, so captain will not let anybody else stay there either. So that is another public service announcement. Anyway, so I just want to show you that video. Let's go ahead and take a look at the chat and when we get caught up. Janice before had said, where did that brain come from? The brain. Yep, it's from SCT Adventures, as Meg had said. Oh, I can hold it one-handed. I'm awesome. SCT Adventures, yeah, they do trivia on Friday night, so they did trivia last night, and you potentially could win a brain. Oh, that's heavy. All right. Anyways, that shootout place. Yep, that sure was, Meg. Just down the street. I'll get to Kaya's story here a bit. I'll get up on the inner chat, and we'll go back to her story. Hot deals, yeah, hot deals on hotwire.com. Calvin Gilbertson. Oh, and I missed Cruise Nets. Welcome aboard, Cruise Nets. Good to have you in here. Also, the Traveling Gilberts, whoever they are here. Welcome aboard, Traveling Gilberts. Again, if you don't coming in late into the live, let us know if you stayed in any worst places for vacation, any sketchy hotels, motels, disgusting places, terrible places. Let me know. I'd like to know in the chat where you guys have stayed at. Bill has also dropped in a story too, and I'll get to that here in a second. Let me just go ahead and cut up, make sure we don't miss anybody. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Meg dropped in the link for Traveling Gilberts. Again, that's their channel, and they'll be going live at the top of the hour. Janice does not have any travel horror stories yet, but let's wait, Janice. You got some cruising coming up, so you might still. Yes, it's us, Calvin Gilbert. They are real. MGM said, I've woken up in some really bad hotels. I bet you have, Bill. I bet you woke up in some bad hotels. I wonder if drinking has been any part of that. My guess would be yes. Who's the kid in the video? That's me. I mean, I'm getting lazy and have a beard here. Normally, I usually shave before I go on a cruise, so usually I'm freshly shaven for a cruise. But Captain doesn't have any cruises for a while, or going on any trips for a while, and so Captain doesn't need to do anything until it starts to scratch. Then Captain will shave this off, but Captain is just lazy. Strange to open the door in a lockdown. Well, yeah, it was strange, but I didn't know it was locked down. That was the thing, and I had no clue what was going on. It was just kind of weird. Shootout is an everyday thing in Jersey. I'm sure it is, Bill. Probably also where Meg's at in Atlanta. Definitely. I mean, it happens here in Pensacola. I always hear shootings here in Pensacola, Florida. So, really, not anywhere is safe. Things can happen anywhere. We have SCT Adventures in here. Speaking of that brain I mentioned, Greg, they just reached 1,000 subscribers on the Captain's Live last week. So I was able to. Then I had dinner with neighbors yesterday, so I was able to pop in real quick, say hi real quick, and then pop back out. But I didn't catch the replay, so yeah, that was good. So awesome. I missed out on the giveaway thing, but it sounds like there's going to be a lot more giveaways coming up in a couple weeks. So looking forward to that. Just kind of, oops, and then the chat jumps, and I'm sure I'm behind because I played the video. Go back. Strange. Oh yeah. So Kaya said that's crazy. Yeah, it was a crazy story for sure. Strange and scary, says Josh. People hid stuff in cycle. I bet they have done that. Meg dropped the link for CT Adventures. Awesome. Good. Yeah, it was awesome for them to reach their milestone last week, and hopefully we can get just Kaya up there too, because she's getting closer up there as well. So I love to see people reach their goals. Gingers, welcome aboard, ladies. Good to have you in here. Again, if you have any horror stories with places you've stayed at, worst places, scary places, whatever, feel free to drop in that. I got a couple of stories I got to talk about. I'll have to go back up here in the chat. They should have counted you for a free hour bill. I don't know if they charged by the hour. They could have. There was definitely some sketchy people at that motel. So we have a shootout every day. Just step over the bodies, keep shopping. Yeah, I can believe that. Crazy. Thank you, Meg, dropping the link for Journey with the Gingers. Journey with the Gingers did a live show on Thursday. Meg was a part of that. She's one of the mystery guests on that show. So if you missed it, go back and check out Journey with the Gingers, that mystery show. And after that was Lovey's Fat Life, and he had a mystery show. It was Dudes Night. And the captain himself, and I was going to pull a video clip, but I didn't do it. But the captain himself was on Lovey's Fat Life as one of the mystery dudes. So if you missed that, go to Lovey's Fat Life, check out that live show from this past Thursday, and you'll see the captain on a different live show. So, Jonathan Short's in here. Welcome aboard, Jonathan. Good to have you in here. Again, if you have any horror stories about places you've stayed at, let us know. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Awesome. Janice is a bargain hunter, but still want a nice place. Yeah, I mean, I'm a bargain hunter for sure. I've come to learn to not get the really cheapest place. I usually go up a step a little higher now. But yeah, you definitely learn from places that you stayed at, where to not stay at, and stuff like that. So everyone's saying hello to each other. Awesome. Travel Adventures of Eric B. Your autocorrect must be wrong. He says, "Hello, Captain Kangaroo." That's incorrect, Eric. You're gonna get that autocorrect check. But welcome aboard, Eric. Good to have you in here. Everyone's saying hello to each other. I got some stories to go back up and talk about. There goes my chat jumping. StreamYard, I don't know if anybody else uses StreamYard, but my chat keeps jumping the last couple weeks. So jumping. At least my camera is not black. Usually it goes black and I can't see myself. I'm just making sure I don't miss anybody. And I got some stories to go back to. I know that. Yeah, Kaya's getting really close. Yep. Ford-Man's in here. Welcome aboard, Kenny. Good to have you in here. Janice says, I had a flight delayed in Arizona to Milwaukee due to the rain in the area. Got to hang out in the Phoenix airport. Oh, okay. That's cool. I've been in the Phoenix airport a couple times, so not too exciting, but we're at 71 now from 53 last night, trying for 100. Yes, I saw that your subscriber count increased. I think you were on Kenny's live last night. Yeah, so definitely check out Kelly and Tammy's journey as well. Moving close to that 100 mark, and yeah, that's definitely getting up there. So check them out. Thank you, Kenny, for sharing out the live on Facebook and YouTube community tab. Appreciate it very much. May drop in the link for Just Kaya TV. Again, check her out. Get her up there. Get her up to that 1,000 mark. Would be helpful. Lovey's Fat Life will put on anyone these. Yes. Speaking of anyone, they put Bill on first. I mean, they put Bill on first before the captain. I mean, the captain should go first. So I'm going to have to have a talk with Mr. Lovey over there because that ain't right. That ain't right. But yeah, shocking why they put you on there, Bill. I don't know why. Oh, okay. And then Jonathan's got a horror story about Helen, Georgia. We'll talk about that here in a second. I just want to make sure. Let me get to the bottom of the chat. Oh, and speaking of Lovey's Fat Life, welcome aboard, Mike. Good to have you in here. We have a talk, Mike. You put on Bill before you put on the captain. What's wrong with that? I mean, geez. Oh, and Jane and Travel's in here. Welcome aboard, John and Nancy. Good to have you in here. Damn, Bill, MGM. All right, excellent. Oh, Sunshine Team. Well, I know I was the cleanup crew because I had a lot of cleanup, definitely, from that first group. Bill paid you more. What? Crazy. Thank you, Matt. Dropping the link for Lovey's Fat Life. Again, check out that last live. You'll see the captain in action over there. So, yeah, he's got money going on. Okay, we'll go back up. There's a couple of stories that I don't want to miss because I asked you guys to drop in places that you've stayed at. And I believe the first one is from Just Kaya TV. She said the worst place I stay at was in Panama City Beach. And that's only an hour and a half away from me, Panama City Beach. I can't remember the name of the hotel. It was 10 years ago, but the service was bad and the room was nasty. Oh, not good. Yeah, I've stayed at places like that. So, yeah, if you can think of the name, feel free to put it in because Bill said we stayed at a hotel in Newark, New Jersey, the night before our flights. One review said hookers in the lobby, but I looked all over and couldn't find any. Dang, Bill, dang. I mean, were you trying to find one for Lucy? Is that what you're trying to find one? Crazy. Yeah, I don't think I've stayed in a hotel that's had hookers in it, so that's interesting. Make sure I catch all the other story. Jonathan had one. I was going to go there. Gilbert's talking about stepping over bodies. That's interesting. So, let me just scroll back to the chat. Thank you guys again for coming in the chat. Feel free to hit the thumbs up button. Again, if you're coming in late, feel free to drop in worst places you stayed at, any scary places, any sketchy places, any disgusting places. Let me know. I would love to know where you guys stayed at. Jonathan said, I have horror stories of our latest Helen, Georgia trip when the power went out. Yep. And our camper leaked right before the snow. Yeah. I remember you guys talking about that. Yeah. That is not good. Especially when it was freezing cold in Helen, Georgia. That was absolutely freezing. So yeah, that is not good to have the power go out, and yeah, and your camper leaked. No, I didn't know about that, but I knew your power had gone out. So yeah, that's crazy, and that's not staying in a hotel. I forgot, and then I missed Janice. Janice is at 68, trying to get more. So check out Janice. She's gonna have some cruise content coming up here soon. So check her out over at GP Travel Adventures. Making sure I don't miss anything. I'm talking about the show. But what is it? Oh, good choice, Mike. You didn't want to run everyone off. What? What? Greg, gotta have the captain on first. Thank you, Meg. Dropping the link for Jane and Travels. Beginning of your show, iPhone autocorrects. Okay. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Awesome, awesome. And okay, yep. And then thank you, Meg, dropping the link for Janice. Oh, and then Eric said, I stayed at a Hojo in Newark by the airport one night, and that was pretty crappy. But I'm pretty picky in my stays. Okay, so was that the same Bill? Was that the same hotel, the Hojo? Did that have hookers in it too? Or Eric, did the Hojo have hookers? Captain wants to know. Anyways, so yeah, that's good. And then, yeah, thank you, Meg. Again, dropping a link for GP Travel Adventures, Janice's channel over there. Excellent. All right. So thank you guys dropping in stories. Feel free to keep dropping in stories, and we'll talk about those. Just like Bill just said something. We stayed in Helen, Georgia, a very loud hotel. They have no control over their guests. That is for sure. Yeah, the captain was around you loud people, and you guys almost got kicked out twice. Good thing Captain was not staying at that hotel. Good thing Captain was staying at a different hotel, which was not a worse place to stay at. It was decent and it was cheaper. But yeah, yeah, I'm glad the Captain stayed at a different hotel because I didn't want to be kicked out of Helen, Georgia, out of that hotel. But Gilbert said Howard Johnson. They still have those, the Hojos. Storms are bad here. Oh, that's too bad, Mike. It was storming here earlier. Well, it was like dark clouds. It was like it was going to rain. I don't think it ever rained. But it's supposed to rain tomorrow, and I was supposed to mow my lawn, and I never got a chance to mow my lawn, so who knows? Billy, you said Embassy Suites for the BBD? Yes, I am. So the one night, the captain would normally not spend that much, but it is also Miami, and Miami is expensive. So the captain did take a part of that deal. Now the captain's still deciding on when to come down because I might come down on Friday, and then stay overnight. But I might stay like in Fort Lauderdale for one night because it's cheaper than Miami, and then come over to Miami and stay there on Saturday, and then the cruise will be on Sunday. So looking forward to the BBD rum run. That'll be my next cruise. Internet is shady. Well, your internet's always shady, Mike. I mean, you're in North Kakalaki over there. They don't call Howard Johnson Hojo for nothing. That's for sure. Bill Gray, Meg, that is funny. I'm starting to hear that rumbling here, Mike. Yeah, I bet. 3 times, Billy, get it right. Sorry, 3 times. 3 times you almost got kicked out. I'm glad I was downstairs and helped. Yeah, well, Meg is loud too. I mean, Meg may seem quiet, but you gotta keep her eye out for Meg because you gotta keep her in line because she's a troublemaker too. Got to keep my first mate in check there. We hit 97 here today, hoping for thunderstorms to cool off. Yeah. Right now at 80 degrees here in Pensacola, Florida. Mostly cloudy, it says. I don't know if it doesn't show me a high on this one, but it's probably up to close to 90 here. I love Embassy Suites. Those are usually nice. Oh, okay. Levy's Fat Life, do you still have dial-up? Oh, wow, Bill. I am so loud. You are, Meg. You are, Meg. I know. I hear you. I hear you. Only 93 in New Hampshire. Oh. And, okay. Midnight Adventure says, the worst combinations I had were at Baghdad International Airport in 2003. Stayed in one of Uda and Hussein's hangars adjacent to the torture rooms. We felt like it was haunted. Oh, I bet. I bet. Ooh, that would not be nice. Now, were you there on vacation? I don't think you were there on vacation. You're probably there for your service. So thank you, Josh, for your service. Thank you, all the military, any military that's in here. Thank you for your service. For those of you that don't know, personally, the captain does captain ships, but he also has a full-time job. He works for the world's largest credit union, Navy Federal Credit Union, which services members of the military. So I deal with members of the military just about every day, and so I'm great for their service, and I'm glad to be able to provide them a service with their financial bankings. Excellent. 51 here, and that's in Michigan, where Janice is at. 86 after rain in Louisiana. Madeline, bye, Gilbert. It's good to see you. I'll check you out, and you're live over there with Peg and Artie and Midlife Crazy Brad and Kim are over there. They're guests tonight, so check them out tonight. They'll be coming up in the next 18 minutes, and we'll finish before then. Yes, thank you for all your services. Yep. See you soon, Teresa and Ronnie. Josh, thanks for your service. Yes, excellent. All right, good. Okay. Again, feel free to drop in stories of places that you stayed at that have been terrible places to stay at. I'll talk about my next one. Let me make sure it is the right one. Okay, I think this is it. Hold on. Hey, everyone. Nope, that's a different one. Hold on. Let me remove that. Remove the studio. Okay. All right. So my next place that I stayed at was for my Carnival Elation cruise. Now, I learned my lesson and did not choose Cocoa, Florida. I decided to go up a little farther to Titusville, Florida, and I booked this motel through GoPort. So those of you that have gone out of Port Canaveral with GoPort, basically you can do different things with GoPort. You can just use GoPort for the parking. You park off-site, saves you a lot of money from parking at the port, and then they shuttle you over to the port. You can do that. Or they have like a hotel and cruise option where you can get a hotel for one night and then park at their parking thing the next day for the cruise and then drive over on the shuttle to the cruise port. So that's what I did this time, is because it was cheaper actually to book the hotel and the parking through GoPort than having to book the hotel separately by myself plus the offsite parking. So I went with GoPort with this, and I stayed at the Days Inn in Titusville, Florida. So let me go ahead and I will share some pictures from that. Okay, so we just finished up with this last picture from the America's Best Value Inn. So this is the Days Inn. So again, nice looking hotel on the outside out, and it was a nice looking hotel on the outside when I was there. So nice is the lobby area. And then here's a nice little pool area. Yeah, so nice little pool area. Decent property looking, and this is what it pretty much looked like too on the live show. So my problem wasn't with the exterior; it was a problem with the interior of the room. And I mismade that. So yeah, my problem was the interior of the room. So here now, this wasn't my room per se. I found this one because I didn't really take a room of my picture of my room. I took video, but I'll show that here in a second. Anyways, this is a normal setup. So this was like a king size or queen size bed, and then they had this couch. Now I've seen pictures of other couches in some of the other rooms, and they look nicer couches. But if you look at this couch, not so nice. I mean, it looks kind of brownish. It doesn't look like it's like well made or whatever. Some covers on it or whatever. Okay, but this was actually my couch in my room, and it's actually a sofa bed. So it turns into a bed, and then let me go ahead and I will play the video and let you know about this. You think it looks nothing wrong with the couch, but there was, and I'll talk about it here in the video. Hello from Days Inn in Titusville, Florida. I wanted to show you guys something that's in this room. So over here, it looks to be an innocent brown, not so great looking couch. sofa, I guess you could call it. But for those of you that don't know, this is actually a sofa bed, which I decided to open and pull this down. Looks alright from right here, but then when you open up the bed, doing one-handed, so I'm cool like that. Let me open up the bed slowly. Yeah, and this is the sofa bed with some unknown stains. I'm not sure if that's blood or other fluids, secretions, I guess you would say. Oh, and then there's also a dime and a penny. So someone left some money for you. But as you can tell, the mattress is not very thick. And yeah, I don't think it's very comfortable. So yeah, I don't recommend the sofa bed here at Days Inn in Titusville, Florida. So anyways, again, this is I think we're going to call this the murder sofa bed. So yeah, don't recommend it. So all right, bye everyone. So that was the murder sofa bed at the Days Inn in Titusville, Florida. Would you guys want to sleep on that? There were no other covers either, so you would have to ask if they could put some type of sheets or something on it. Yeah, there was no covers with it, so it was interesting. Normally I would not pull that out, but for this cruise, normally I just go with me and my friend or whatever. But this cruise, I added a friend, so we had 3 of us going, and I had already booked this hotel and it was already paid for, and so they said it could accommodate 3 people. Well, the third person had to sleep on this sofa bed, and yeah, it was not good. And my friend did not want to sleep on that bed because it was, I mean, it was thin, and it had those mysterious fluids on it. So, but anyways, yeah, so that's the mystery or the murder sofa bed, because I don't know what those stains were. They could have been blood. They could have been other secretions. It could have been just the rust from the bed itself, but who knows what it was. I didn't want to find out. So, all right, let me go ahead and get back in the chat. So that's my other worst place. So I probably would not want to stay. At least I would not want to sleep on that sofa bed for sure. The room was okay, but I don't know if I would stay at the Days Inn in Titusville either. So, but anyways, Joe said, Josh, thanks for your service, because we mentioned about Josh was in the service. She said, thanks, guys. Serving was one of our family's greatest blessings. We loved it. Awesome. Billy, were you a military guy? No, I mean, I'm captain, but no, I did not serve in the military. But I've been working for Navy Federal for the last 5 years, almost 6 years, servicing our military members with their financial needs. So I'm glad to do that. And I live in Pensacola, and there's a huge military thing. There's the NAS, the Naval Aviation Station down the road. That's where the Blue Angels are from. The U.S. Blue Angels are home here. They have a big museum out there, and then there's a couple of forts that are nearby. So this is a big military community here in Pensacola. So. I lived in Cocoa, Florida when I was 18, worked at Scallop Plant. Okay. I don't know what Scallop Plant is, but I know where Cocoa, Florida is, and I don't plan on staying there ever again. This is what happens when you look for the most frugal option. That's true. That wasn't the most frugal option, but it was through GoPort, and I thought I was pretty safe with GoPort. And it was. It was better than that first one I went to, America's Best Value Inn, that I booked myself. So it was better than that, but yeah. Indeed, yes, indeed, Mike. Never opened the sofa bed. Well, I had a third person, so yeah, we kind of bunked up in the beds that night. For the vlog, ew. How much was a room after the 11-cent discount? No, it was more of a discount than 11 cents. It was like 12 cents. I mean, you got to save every penny you can, John. Meg's laughing at Uncle John. That looks like metal rubbed off. Yeah, it probably was, but you never know. You never know. And I wouldn't want to sleep on that anyways. It wouldn't be very comfortable. I know that. I wouldn't have slept on that sofa without clean sheets. Yeah, I mean, I could probably do it if I had clean sheets, but again, it did not look very comfortable either. Um, and that kind of leads me, and I didn't plan on this, but I'll talk about it. So that also that same cruise, and I don't think I have a picture of it, but on the Carnival Elation that I was on, again, I said I usually just book me and my friend on cruises, so usually I have two people in the cabin. Well, I added my third friend on, and so they put us in a room, and my cabin I had already booked, and they said, "Oh, it's okay. We can put three people in your room." I'm like, "How are we going to do that?" Because it's an interior room. It's not very big. It has, oops, my lamp is falling down. It has two beds, and I'm like, it doesn't have one of the beds that come down from the ceiling or the wall. I'm like, where are they going to find this third bed? And so I checked into the room in the cabin, and there's the two beds. But then, yeah, there's no other bed. So we had to talk to the room steward and say, oh, we have a third person in our room. They said, oh, well, we have a bed that we'll have to make up. I'm like, oh, okay. And then he said, I can do that after you guys go to dinner. So we went to dinner in the main dining room. Then we came back from main dining room, got into the cabin, and they had set up a military cot. So just like a really simple bed that's like low to the ground, kind of wedged in between the beds, and that was the military cot. And my third friend, or my second friend that came with, he's a big dude. He's bigger than me. I mean, he's a big dude, and there was no way he was going to be able to sleep on that. I mean, it's just impossible. I don't even think I would hold him. I mean, it was a military cot. So I'm sure Josh has stayed on many of those, but yeah, no way that was going to happen. So we reached out to the room steward. He reached out to the supervisor. Then reached out to guest relations and the hotel director or whatever. So what they did is actually they gave my friend another cabin. So they gave him his own separate interior cabin. So that was awesome. So we didn't have to sleep three in a room. We just had two in a room, and my friend was able to get an interior cabin they had open. So yeah, so it worked out good, but there's no way that he was going to sleep on a military cot. So I just want to bring that up about that. Let me take a look at the chat real quick. We're getting close to the end of the show here. We got 6 more minutes before Tav and Gilbert's go live here at the top of the hour. Meg says they did you wrong with the bed situation. Yeah, I thought so too. It was impossible. I mean, the military cot, maybe for a kid, would have been fine as a kid, but not a full grown adult. No way that they would be able to sleep on that military cot. Anybody else gotten a military cot in the cabin before? Yeah, but that would not be comfortable sleeping on for like 5 or 6 days. But yeah, good resolution. It did work out in the end on that. That's for sure. Don't see any more stories in the chat. I'm at the bottom of the chat. I'll talk about one quick more story of a hotel. Went to Vegas. A couple things. First, let's talk about Orlando. So I've stayed in Orlando before. I usually stay in the Kissimmee area, Lake Buena Vista. Well, one time I was staying. I want to go to Universal Studios, so I stayed up kind of closer up to downtown Orlando area, so it's kind of closer to Universal Studios. And I booked this hotel. It wasn't like the cheapest motel, but it was maybe the next step up. The hotel was pretty nice. It was a pretty nice hotel. The only problem was that it was right by a jail, prison. right outside. I don't know if it was a county prison or if it was like a federal prison, but there was a prison. And people had told about that and everything. So the area was kind of sketchy around the outside. The hotel was nice, just not in the greatest places. So that's the cats and being frugal as well. Also, the captain has stayed in Vegas several times. Usually stays on the Strip, but one time I was sitting at the Las Vegas Hilton. It's called something else now. Uh, just off the Strip, on the north end of the Strip. And I had stayed there a couple nights, but I needed to stay another like a night or two. And they didn't have any more rooms there at that hotel, and so the captain was wanting to find something cheap. He found something cheap just down the road. Was the Mardi Gras Hotel in Las Vegas. Um, that was a very sketchy place as well. Uh, I can't remember the room. The room was kind of all right, but again, sketchy outside. They had like a really really small casino in there. It was like they probably had like 8 slot machines in there, and otherwise, so I just stayed there to sleep and then get out of there because it was not the greatest place to go. So the captain does not recommend the Mardi Gras Hotel in Vegas. I can't remember the name. I think it's a Quality Inn. I think in Orlando. Don't want to stay there by the prison. You don't want to stay at the Days Inn in Titusville, at least in that sofa bed. And you don't want to stay at America's Best Value Inn in Cocoa, Florida. So those are the captain's recommendations. But yeah, let me get Calvin chat and then we'll end the show here. Meg says, my first cruise, I had a pallet on the floor. Oh no, Meg. That's not good. I was 21. It was fine. Well, of course, if you were that young, of course, it would be fine. But oh, hey, Billy. Antoinette. Welcome aboard, Antoinette. We're good to have you in here, but we're about to get off. But feel free to catch the recap of the show and check out all the worst places you've stayed at on vacation. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Awesome. Thank you, Meg, dropping the link for Traveling Gilbert's Live. We're going to go live in 2 minutes. So, again, thank you guys for coming in. Thank you guys for the ones that shared your stories about places you've stayed at on vacation that weren't the greatest. So, thank you guys. Feel free, if you guys want me to talk about something, feel free to comment in the Facebook group on Billy J Travels. You can email me, billyjtravels@gmail.com. You can also leave a comment on this video, maybe something you want me to talk about, maybe on the next live. I almost didn't have it live again today because I wasn't sure what to talk about, but I came up with something, and so I hope you guys enjoyed it. But again, thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up, and I appreciate it. Thank you guys for sticking with the captain. Again, go check out Traveling Gilbert's Live with Peg and Artie, and with Brad and Kim, and then Adventures Ahead. Later, I'll be live later tonight. So thank you guys again for watching, and we'll see you probably next Saturday. And then check out the Raid Parade next Friday. I have another Disney World vlog coming out, so check that out for sure. And thank you guys. Captain Billy J signing off, and we'll see you guys later. All right, bye everyone.